Hello everyone, and welcome to the WFN Video Report. In this segment, we cover the fourth game of the 2012 season for the Atlanta Silverbacks women as they face Central South Carolina for the second time in the season. Atlanta defeated Central back on opening day at Silverbacks Park by the score of 1-0 to start the defense of their W League title. So far, up until this game, Atlanta has played 3 games and kept a clean sheet in each of these games. The strong defense is anchored by goalkeeper and England under-23 international Ashley Baker. Baker would find the early going busy in goal as Central were the first to settle and move into attacking positions as Atlanta were showing some fatigue playing their second game in 2 days. At the end of this segment of play, Baker had to make sure the shot on goal went wide. On this next segment, Central find room again to get an effort in on goal, but this shot too is wide, though Baker again had to make sure. But Atlanta did wake up, and the usual suspects were forging the attack. Here, Libby Gass puts in Christian Burton for a good chance, forward only by a good save by Christina Reuter in the Central goal. The sparring went on for most of the half, but in the 43rd minute, the breakthrough for Atlanta finally arrived. After a corner was cleared, Atlanta retained possession and put in a deep cross that evaded the Central defense, but found Tiffany Turpin for the sublime chip over Warner in goal to put Atlanta ahead 1-0. Continued to threaten after this and almost scored another right before the half off a good header, but Warder was in good form and kept the ball out. In the second half, Atlanta were back to their normal attacking self as wave after wave of Silverbacks assaulted the Central goal, but Warder continued to be in fine form, keeping Atlanta from getting a second. Here again, Atlanta were getting into scoring positions, but the final ball just wasn't finding home. Fatigue could be blamed for some of the loss of sharpness in front of goal. Fair, the other half of the equation from the Central point of view was Reuter's form in goal. But Atlanta would get their second goal, and it was from a great pass to Christian Burton, who finally got the best of Reuter for Atlanta's 2-0 lead in the second half. Down by 2, Central showed urgency and pulled out all the tricks, including an unorthodox throw-in method that even had the Silverbacks fans applauding. The pressure was intense and Atlanta were holding on, but Central would see a chance in just a moment. Central would get a goal in the 80th minute when the normally composed back line of Atlanta showed a bit of uncertainty with a long cross into Claire Joyce, who took advantage and powered in a goal to confirm a nervy end to the match. And a moment later, it was Baker's turn to come up big to keep Atlanta ahead with a clutch save. Casey Yuta thought she was in with an insurance goal, but again, Warder snagged the chance from the air. Central had one more chance at an equalizer late in stoppage time, but a clutch tackle by an Atlanta defender ended all hopes for Central for this game. Atlanta would run out the clock from there and take the victory 2-1 in the day. The victory ensures that Atlanta goes into Week 5 in first place in the W League Southeast Division. Goals from Tiffany Turpin and Christian Burton were enough to overcome Claire Joyce's second-half strike. Post-match, WFN correspondent Whitney Grimes spoke to Turpin as well as Ashley Baker about the game.
All right, Whitney Grimes here with World Footy Net, and I'm here with Tiffany Turpin, forward for the Atlanta Silverbacks women. So first, what are your impressions on this game versus last night's game against FC Jacksonville?
Well, we definitely did not play up to our standard. I'd say like last night we were connected a lot more, playing with each other, played a lot faster tonight. I don't know if we were trying to do with us being more tired or what, but we just played lower than our normal standard. So it's kind of disappointing, but I mean we did get the victory. So
you did get the 3 points, and that's important. So what do you think about the fact that you guys have a couple of times double headers? You know, you look at men's leagues, you never see that unless it's a tournament. You know, you're not going to see Friday night you play, Saturday night you play. So how do you guys prepare for that and deal with that kind of pressure and keep your motivation up and keep your fitness up so that you can play Friday and Saturday night? Because a lot of you girls played both games for the majority of the game.
Well, luckily a lot of us are coming off college season, so you know we're still fit from that. But I mean we train 3 times a week. Then you do what you got to do. Like we know that to save money you got to travel and play multiple teams. So I mean we're just used to it. We did it last year, doing it this year. Just part of it.
And this is a question I asked last night to Kansas, but I like bringing this up because I'm always shocked about how, you know, there's such low attendance at these games. When you guys win, you are Atlanta's champions. You look at, I mean, the Braves won in, what, 96? But other than that, you guys are the championship team of this city. So what do you think about supporters? You know, like, why do you think people aren't coming out as much? Would you like to see more support?
Oh, definitely. I'd love to see some more support. I mean, every athlete loves playing for a big crowd. It just makes it that much more fun. It's like the intensity level. You feed off the crowd's energy. So I would love to see more people. I don't know why we don't get that great of attendance. I don't know if it's just because it's women's, but I mean, we're just as good, if not better, than the men. I mean,
better.
No offense to the men's
team. A lot of people are actually right now.
No, that's true.
From Tiffany, and so we'll see you next match. I guess you guys have away matches coming up.
Yeah.
But next time we'll see you at home. Thank you. I'm here with World Footy Net, and I'm here with Atlanta Silverbacks women's keeper, Ashley Baker. So tonight we had a good win against a more difficult opposition in my opinion. But it was the first time this season that we have conceded a goal. So what are your views on that? You know, having a clean sheet this whole season, and then this game was a little bit more difficult, and there was the goal.
I think definitely it was bound to happen, and I think a game like that is awesome for us because we don't want to beat everyone 7-0, because when we get into a harder game, we don't want to be like all frantic and not know what to do. So I think it was awesome. I mean, it's hard, play a game Friday and then go again and play on Saturday. I mean, 90 minutes. Some of these girls played 180 minutes, and that's huge. For me, that's not that much, but for a field player, that's huge. So I think it was good to have a bit of adversity and to face more challenging opposition. I think it'll help us further down the road.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of road, how are you guys going to prepare? So you obviously have to prepare for double headers, and I know that you guys, I think, have an away doubleheader coming up. But how do you prepare for road games? Is it different? Do you prepare differently, or is it pretty much the same thing, just on the road? Do you work out on the bus?
No, we take that time to relax.
Okay.
But it's basically exactly the same. We'll go down this weekend. We're driving down. We have a Sunday game. We'll drive down on Saturday. Leave around 2 o'clock, get a meal that night, keep driving, sleep, maybe. The hard part is it's like a 4 or 5 o'clock game, so what do you do building up to that? Relax, maybe a jog and stretch, and then building up the game, everything's the same. We want to keep it the same and consistent as possible.
All right, and a little bit about you. So I just found out tonight that you are on the U23 England squad. So tell us a little bit more about that, how you got that opportunity, and what led up to you being on an international team.
Well, what happened was when I was a senior in high school, we got the opportunity with a region team to go over, and we went to England, Belgium, and Germany. And due with exams and things, they would only let me, my school would only allow me to go to half of the trip, and it ended up that the region team were okay with that. So I went over, and there happened to be a scout there, an England scout, because the other goalkeeper, we played Arsenal's academy, and the Arsenal goalkeeper played for England. So they were there, and they saw me and spoke to my coach and found out that I was actually English. And after that, I just got a call up to a friendly game in Sardinia against Italy. So got the call up, played in that game, and been with them ever since.
That's absolutely awesome. And playing against Arsenal Academy, for those of you who don't know that much about women's football, Arsenal women are one of the top teams in the world, and their ladies academy is top notch. And so I know that had to be an awesome experience too, to go over there.
Yeah, it was a great experience, and it was true England weather. It was pouring down, buckets of rain. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. That trip was great
awesome.
experience.
All right, well, thank you very much. England International, ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Baker. Thank you.
Today's win finds Atlanta in sole possession of first place in the W League Southeast Division, ahead of Charlotte on goal difference. Atlanta will next go to Jacksonville, Florida to play the division's bottom team, FC Jacks, to attempt to continue the momentum they've built up since the beginning of the season. WFN will continue to cover the women's game throughout the season with player and staff interviews. If you have any feedback for WFN, you can email us at admin@worldfooty.net or simply like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Thank you for watching and have a good day.